Dwayne Johnson in The Demigod, Hollywood English movie, full story. You know the guy, a colossal figure of charisma and power, with tattoos that tell tales and a magical fishhook that can pull islands right out of the sea. Voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Maui, the demigod of the wind and sea, is the breakout star of Disney's Moana. But what if the story Disney showed you is just the beginning? What if the real legends behind this hero are far darker and his ultimate destiny even grander? This is the complete story of Maui, the legendary trickster demigod. We're going to explore his full saga from his harrowing origins in ancient folklore to his epic journey across the sea, and unpack how Dwayne Johnson brought him to life in a way that was nothing short of destined. This is the story of the demigod in its entirety. In Disney's 2016 blockbuster, Moana, Maui crashes into our lives as a hero who's already the star of his own stories, as he proudly sings in You're Welcome. He is the guy who lassoed the sun to make the days longer, pulled islands from the ocean, and even harnessed the breeze. Voiced with booming energy by Dwayne Johnson, this Maui is a charming, if ridiculously egotistical, trickster. His body is a living mural of his greatest hits, with animated tattoos that act as his personal cheerleaders, and in the case of Mini Maui, his conscience. But underneath all that bravado is a deep wound. The movie tells us he was born human, rejected by his parents, and cast into the sea, only to be saved by the gods who gifted him his demigod status and his magic fish hook. This backstory explains his desperate need for humanity's love. Every heroic act is a search for the adoration he was denied. His adventure with Moana is a journey of redemption. He confronts his past, learns a little humility, and helps Moana save her people by returning the heart of Te Whitia Quest, entirely invented for the film. This is the Maui we met and loved, the flawed hero who finds his way. But this polished, family-friendly version is just one side of a much older, more complex figure. To get the full picture, we have to travel back way beyond Hollywood into the heart of Polynesian mythology, where the tales of the demigod MDUI have been told for centuries. And these legends often start on a much darker note. In many Mbori traditions, MDUI wasn't just cast away. He was born premature or stillborn, and his mother, believing him to be dead, wrapped him in her top knot of hair and threw him into the ocean. He isn't just given powers, he survives, a child of tragedy who claws his way into existence. And his famous feats, they weren't just for showing off. He captured and beat the sun into submission because the days were too short for his mother to get her work done. He didn't just hand over fire as a gift. He tricked the fire goddess Mahuka out of her flaming fingernails, one by one, to free people from eating their food raw. The Disney version shows his brothers as minor figures, but in some legends, their rivalry is key. MDUI tricked them into paddling furiously, while he used a magic hook carved from his ancestor's jawbone to haul up the land from the seabed, creating what is now the North Island of New Zealand. It was an act born not just of strength, but of clever, defiant trickery against his own family. Casting Dwayne Johnson as Maui wasn't just perfect, it was personal. Johnson, who is of Samoan heritage, sees the role as a powerful tribute to his culture. In fact, Maui's character design was partly inspired by Johnson's own grandfather, High Chief Peter Mavia of Samoa. Mavia was a legendary professional wrestler known for his incredible strength, charisma, and the traditional Samoan tattoos covering his body. Johnson has said emotionally that when he looks at Maui, his build, his spirit, he sees his grandfather. He described his grandfather as someone who lived with mana, the powerful life force and spiritual energy that is a core concept in Polynesian culture. For Johnson, playing Maui is like stepping into his grandfather's skin, an experience he finds deeply moving. This connection gives the character an undeniable authenticity. It's not just an actor playing a part, it's a man honoring his ancestors. Johnson infuses the role with this Monea mix of power, heart, and deep respect for the legends that shaped him. This connection is so vital that as Disney moves to a live action, Johnson is not only reprising his role but also producing, ensuring the cultural traditions are honored. The story didn't end when the heart of Te Fiti was restored. The 2024 sequel, Moana 2, picks up 3 years later for an even bigger adventure. This time, Moana receives a vision from her ancestors and learns she must find the lost island of Motufadu to break a curse laid by the malicious storm god, Nalo, and reunite the scattered peoples of the ocean. She reunites with Maui, who has a personal grudge with Nalo. Their journey leads to a massive confrontation where Nalo, a powerful storm god, manages to strike Maui, temporarily stripping him of his powers. The film sees Moana stepping up, leading her new crew, and ultimately confronting Nalo to raise the sunken island. While some online rumors claimed Moana would become a demigoddess, the film actually ends with her being honored as a master wayfinder, leading her people and the newly connected tribes on another adventure. And the saga isn't over! A live-action version of Moana is set for release on July 10th, 2026. With production already underway, Dwayne Johnson will once again embody the demigod, promising to bring Maui's power and personality to life in a whole new way. The world of Maui is as vast and deep as the Pacific, mixing ancient myths with modern movie magic, from the pages of folklore to the blockbuster screen. His story is always evolving. What part of Maui's legend fascinates you the most? Is it the cunning trickster of myth or the redeemed hero of the films? Let us know in the comments below! And if you want more deep dives into the real stories behind your favorite characters, make sure to subscribe. So, who is Maui? He's so much more than a movie character. He's a folk hero, a trickster, a flawed god, and a powerful symbol of Polynesian culture. In the Disney version, brought to life by the immense charisma of Dwayne Johnson, he is a hero who learns humility in ancient mythology. He's a chaotic force of nature whose clever deeds shape the world and whose tragic end defined what it means to be human. The complete saga of Maui is a rich tapestry of myth, family legacy, and cinematic magic. He's the demigod who slowed the sun, fished up islands, and captured the imagination of millions. And through the heartfelt performance of Dwayne Johnson, he is a character who embodies the enduring power of mana, connecting a global audience to the timeless legends of the Pacific. He is, and always will be, Maui, demigod of the wind and sea, hero to all.